Hey YouTube, we are back with another short walk knife talk, and today we have this little guy, the Hogue Deka. This is the FRN version. But first, if you don't mind, that like button down there, will you do me a favor and penetrate, but just give it a tip and share, and that would be great. I appreciate it. All right. So this is a USA made CPM Magnacut with FRN scale knife. Has a halfway decent deep carry pocket clip, 3 1/4 inch blade, which is just barely big enough in my opinion. FRN scales, like I said before, which makes this knife extremely light. I think it's right about 2 ounces, which puts it in Bugout territory, which just so happens to be this knife's direct competitor, or this is a direct competitor to the Bugout itself. I am not a fan of the Bugout, and I did not think I would be a fan of this knife either, which it's not perfect, but it's okay. I have owned a couple Bugouts. I tried. I don't care for them. They're just too light. Both were the S30V versions, so nothing wrong with that steel. Just not my favorite steel that Benchmade themselves do. This guy is in CPM Magnacut. Not sure the Rockwell on it, but from what I hear, it's between 59 and 61. I don't know how true that is, but if that is true, then it is a little soft for the steel. But I'm sure it'll work, and in time we'll see. This is the factory edge. Factory edge is actually pretty good. It is even, and it is damn sharp for a factory edge. You know how I am about that. Most factory edges, at the very least 99% of them are absolute trash. This one's not bad. So I got this knife 2 days ago. Pocketed it immediately. Been carrying it, using it a little bit. Came in a nice little pouch. So for 135 bucks, that's not too bad for a USA made knife in Magnacut. Comes with a decent pouch. Not that the pouch is very expensive, but that's something to me. Has pretty decent thumb studs that have some good grip on it. The jimping on the top here is pretty much useless. I like the pivot screw there. It is captured. It's one-sided. The stud there on the axis, or the bar style lock, matches the thumb stud, which that's cool. Lot less hardware than the original Deka. The original Deka had all this hardware plus 2 more on each side on the scales. So they whittled that back, thankfully. And I believe that was to hold the actual scales to the little frame on the inside, but it's kind of like a Bugout. The steel liner only goes about to right here and then stops. So it makes it to where you can squeeze this. It's not bad, but it's still pretty easy. And as soon as I got it, opened it up, my first complaint was whenever you are putting your thumb on the thumb stud and you're kind of charging to get ready to pop it, when you do that and you're getting ready to pop it open, the blade just barely pushing over. The blade hits the scale here and you hear it rub. Now it doesn't do it when you spidey flick it, but it moves over enough to rub this scale, which isn't too big of a deal, but eventually it's going to wear this. Oh, it's DLC. I thought it was paint. It would be if it was a Benchmade. But it's DLC. Eventually it's going to wear that off, or it's going to wear down this. I did try to tighten the blade to see if that helped. It did nothing. The blade was nice and tight. So there's no wiggle left or right, up and down. It is solid. But that kind of bothers me that when you go to open it with the thumb, it rubs that clip side scale. I guess it ain't that big of a deal, but it's a thing. So there's some information for you to do what you want with. All right, next thing. We already know it's super light, but this blade stock is paper thin. It is so incredibly thin behind the edge. And I mean, yeah, you really can't feel you can barely feel where the edge stops and the blade, where it tapers into the blade. So that means this thing's going to be a wicked good slicer. And that's okay, that's good, I like that. That's not my main objective when I'm looking for a knife, how good it's going to slice. I'm more of an overall kind of guy. I want it to be strong, extremely durable, cut well. Cutting and slicing is two different things, and I do not prioritize slicing over good, durable cutting and cut for a long time. But for the people who are going to be really into this knife, this is a slicing machine. So I've heard this coined as the Bugout killer, and I don't have one here with me. I wish I did, but to do side-by-sides. But I am familiar with the knife, so I'm not a fan of the Bugout. To me, it is extraordinarily overrated. Beyond overrated. It is a good, serviceable EDC knife that my wife would carry. But it's, you know, kudos to Benchmade for grabbing the market right there. Now, do I like this one better? Is this a Bugout killer? I think I would like the G10 better version of this, or the G10 version of this better. And I have never held one, so I can't tell for sure, but I think it would be better than the Bugout. It also comes in 20 CV for the standard model, which is marginally better than S30V. Depending on who you talk to, and obviously depending on heat treat. But both the Bugout and this knife have medium length, thin, slicey blades. So I would prefer to have 20 CV, so that is points to the Deka. I would prefer to have real DLC instead of paint. Actually, I'd rather have a satin blade, but if I didn't have the choice and I had DLC or a coated blade, I like something that's a little more durable than Benchmade's offerings. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's DLC. So I'm just going to leave it there, I guess. So again, points to the Deka. As far as action goes, it is excellent. Phosphor bronze washers. Both of them are pretty good in that aspect. The clip, as far as usability, they're about the same. Except for this one does have the screw heads up. I can't remember if the Bugout does or not, but the Bugout does have a fantastic clip. I can say that. So we'll give points to the Bugout there for clip. The locks are basically the same. The weight is almost the same. Bugout's a little bit lighter, but not by much. Very marginal. You would definitely not be able to tell unless you sat it on a scale. So all in all, the knives are so similar that it really doesn't matter, other than you get a better steel for less money in the FRN version, and you get a better steel for about the same money in the G10 version. So in my opinion, just for that, the Deka is better. So I'll probably hear a lot of crap in the comments over that, but that's just me, and that's just my opinion. Actually, I would love to hear something in the comments about it, because I don't get many comments. So I guess I gotta say something crazy just to get somebody to talk to me. Anyway, back to this knife. I want to do some cut testing with it, and I'll probably try to get that on film so you can see. I want to see how well this Magnacut holds up at the Rockwell that it's stated. I'm not sure either exactly what they're heat treating into. I'm just going by what I hear, but I'll find out the best information that I can, and we'll see how good it does cut testing with cardboard, plastic tubing, zip ties, paracord, stuff that real people cut in real life. So we'll see what happens with that, and I'll get it on film, and I'll do a revisit on this knife. Some things coming up. I have some excellent budget EDC or camp knives, fixed blades. I want to do a video on those, on what I believe to be unbeatable, excellent camping knives on a budget. That's the only request I've ever gotten was for that video, so that's going to come up. Probably do it next day or two. I'm at the lake right now. Not sure if you can see it, but there it is. So I'll probably do that from right next to the lake. That'd be pretty cool. Hopefully the boats aren't too loud this weekend. It's Thursday right now, so right now the lake is super quiet. Yeah, so I'll get some footage of that. I'll probably go ahead and do the cut testing on this. Also, I have an LMAX Shaman that just came in. I'm going to put that up against the 204P Shaman that I have and love, and see which one of those is performing better than the other. I do know what the Rockwell range on my 204P is. I could not find information on the LMAX, but I do know that they're running the Shamans a little higher than, let's say, the Para 3 and the Para 2, because it is a bigger, more robust knife. So I'm going to do that also, that video as well. And then I'm going to, I've made a budget for this channel. I'm going to start purchasing knives specifically for content. So if you guys want to see something specifically, let me know in the comments, or DM me on Facebook. It's Nicholas Edward, real easy to find. I have pictures of knives all over it, and then I'll see what I can do. My budget is not very high, so I'm going to try to get the most bang for the buck on what I can get. So won't be any $1,000 knives for now, at least. Anyway, hope you guys have a great week, great weekend. I'm going to try to get 3 or 4 videos done this weekend. Might even put it in the boat. Probably not, but we might. It'd be cool to do a video from the boat. Alright guys, again, like, subscribe, and comment below what you think of the Deka, and do you think it's better than the Bugout? All right, guys. Have a great weekend.